Thanks for joining St. George News at 8. I'm Sarah Blakely. Scott has tonight off. Police have confirmed that two boys abducted in St. George Wednesday by their non-custodial father are now somewhere in Mexico. Federal authorities are actively working to find them. St. George police say 11-year-old Jesus Lopez and 9-year-old Angel Lopez are confirmed to be in Mexico with their father, 51-year-old Ricardo Lopez. Ricardo had agreed to take the boys to school Wednesday morning, but they never arrived. Police believe Ricardo was headed to Tijuana, Mexico with the children in a red 2007 Dodge Caliber. The St. George Police Department said it's actively working with the FBI and Homeland Security investigators to locate the boys in Mexico. Cedar City authorities are searching for a 60-year-old woman who reportedly called her family members early this morning to tell them she was stuck on a dirt road. Authorities say it happened off State Route 56. Rosemarie Nelson called her son Brock Smith around 6:30 a.m. and said she was stuck near the Ladybug Nursery. A statewide attempt to locate was released around 10 a.m. Pilots from Southern Utah University Aviation Program are assisting, as are farmers in that area. Nelson was driving a rental vehicle, a 2016 Nissan Altima with Oregon plates. She is reported to have lupus and is on medication. Anyone who might see Rose is asked to contact Cedar City Dispatch at 435-586-9445. Washington City residents will soon notice an increase on their water bills. That's because the City Council approved a 6% rate increase Wednesday. 7 other cities will see increased rates if they haven't already. It's to compensate for the increasing wholesale cost of water supplied through the Washington County Water Conservancy District. The Water District is set to increase the wholesale cost of water by 10 cents per 1,000 gallons, bringing the current rate from 94 cents to $1.04. The City Council estimates it will add another $1.10 to $1.20 to residential utility bills, and that money will be used exclusively to cover the costs related to the treatment and delivery of water, not for funding current or future projects. Memorial Day weekend is Zion National Park's busiest weekend, and visitors need to come prepared and remember that safety is your responsibility. Last year, over 70,000 people visited the park, Saturday being the busiest day with 28,000 guests. Although there will be extended hours this weekend, visitors who can be flexible with their schedule are encouraged to visit Friday, Sunday, or Monday instead. Visitors should expect crowded conditions, especially between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. and parking lots typically fill up by 9 a.m. So visitors should plan on parking in Springdale and boarding the free shuttle service to the river entrance walk-in gate. Visit the Zion National Park website for more tips and some safety advice before you set out on your adventure. Sunset on the Square, the Friday night free family movie series, is pleased to announce the 2017 season. The program is located at Town Square Park in the heart of St. George. It's now in its 10th year, providing quality family entertainment to locals and tourists alike. Sunset on the Square is held the second and fourth Friday of the month, May 26th through August 25th. Movies will start at dusk, but the fun begins around 6 p.m. with live entertainment, dancing, and prize giveaways leading up to the movie. The 2017 season gets started this Friday with Disney's Moana. Funds generated from the Ball Drop for Charity benefit United Way Dixie and their 15 nonprofit partner agencies. It's the final stretch of President Trump's first foreign trip as commander-in-chief. He's now in Brussels ahead of his first NATO meeting, the military alliance of Western nations he called obsolete while on the campaign trail. Stephanie Ramos reports from Washington.
President Trump's first foreign trip continues, making a stop at NATO's new headquarters ahead of a high-stakes summit. He's got another jam-packed schedule in Belgium as he tries to build trust with America's European allies, but still criticizing them for, quote, not paying their fair share.
23 of the 28 member nations are still not paying what they should be paying and what they are supposed to be paying for their defense. This is not fair to the people and taxpayers of the United States.
The president also meeting with newly elected French President Macron.
We have a lot to discuss, including terrorism and other things.
But a topic he wasn't willing to touch, intelligence sharing, and his former national security advisor Michael Flynn, ignoring shouted questions about whether the British can trust the U.S. with their intelligence after a number of secret details leaked in U.S. media from Britain's Manchester bombing investigation. And after Trump bashed the military alliance last year on the campaign trail,
we have NATO, and we're giving countries a free ride. We are really, NATO is obsolete.
Today, he says his opinion has changed and that NATO is no longer obsolete.
While in Brussels, President Trump also attended a dedication service for two new memorials at NATO headquarters, one for the Berlin Wall and the other for 9/11. Chief Meteorologist Chris Summers has your southern Utah forecast after this.
The weather tonight is brought to you by Town & Country Bank, where banking is a simple pleasure.
And welcome back, everyone. A good Thursday evening to you. Another hot day across our area today with windy conditions too. Saw those winds as gusting as high as 30 to 35 miles per hour across southern Utah late this afternoon. High temperatures made it back into the 90s, 93 in St. George, 91 degrees in Hurricane, 80 up in Cedar City, 64 in Enterprise, and upper 90s down in Mesquite and Las Vegas late this afternoon as well. Now for tonight, we'll fall back to near 50 in Cedar City, otherwise mid to upper 60s in much of southern Utah, mainly clear skies, with those winds still a little gusty though, south-southeast winds up to 10 to 15 miles per hour. In Cedar City for your Friday, we'll see lots of sunshine once again. High temperatures into the mid 70s, but gusty winds continuing. South winds as high as 20 miles per hour. St. George and southern Utah up to the mid 80s, so not quite as warm as we saw today, but definitely still seeing some gusty winds out there, west-southwest winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, weekend forecast for the Memorial Holiday does show temperatures starting to warm back up, especially by Monday. Lots of sunshine, dry weather continuing. We'll see those temperatures in the mid to upper 80s Saturday and Sunday. And for Memorial Day itself, 93 degrees here in St. George with mostly sunny skies by Monday. So we'll be a little bit cooler as we head into your Friday. Temperatures back into the mid 80s, but then warm right back up in time for the weekend. And even into early next week, then the hot weather will continue. Don't see a big change in our forecast anytime soon. Looks like we'll get right back into the 90s by early next week. Here's what it looks like on the surface map. Then really not much going on around our area, just keeping the winds going. That's really going to be the big concern here in the next couple of days, as those winds will be gusty along with the warm and even hot weather as we get into the weekend. Really not much else going on around our area. Seeing some showers to our north and east. But other than that, we're going to enjoy sunshine and warm weather here through the next several days. Overnight, as we get into tomorrow, we'll see temperatures get back into the mid 70s around Cedar City and also around Newcastle. Again, a few sunny spots, otherwise a few clouds coming in as well. As we head into the afternoon hours in St. George and southern Utah, not quite as warm as we were today, into the mid 80s in St. George, but still in the low 90s down to our south and west. Littlefield at 91, Mesquite at 90s, lots of sunshine expected. Winds still a little gusty though from the west at 20 miles per hour. Cedar City does show temperatures getting back into the mid 70s for the weekend, but by early next week right back to low 80s with mainly dry conditions. May see an isolated shower in Cedar City by Saturday. Otherwise dry conditions in southern Utah, and also seeing St. George continue dry too, back to near 90 by Sunday, into the 90s by Monday and Tuesday. Could be warm once again as 95 by Tuesday of next week, with lots of sunshine and dry weather continuing here the next several days. So summer, yeah, officially here the way it looks, with temperatures a little bit above average for this time of year, that's for sure.
And definitely a gorgeous Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, get out and enjoy that, that's for sure.
For sure. Thank you very much, Chris. Well, KCSG and Planet Fitness St. George are teaming up to give away a Black Card gym membership worth $400. To register to win, just head to the KCSG website or KCSG Facebook page, and each night on the St. George News at 8, we'll give you a secret word that's good for an extra 30 entries. Tonight's word, our least favorite exercise, the plank. The secret word tonight is plank. KCSG will be right back after this. New Jersey police officer is now being called the deer whisperer. He found this fawn stuck in a storm drain and he just came to the rescue, hopped right in there and pulled the baby deer out. Obviously, the deer whisperer is a very fitting name. This is Officer Timothy Magic. He's a 22-year veteran of the department. This is the third deer he has saved this year. From all of us here at St. George News at 8, thanks for watching tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.